Alors, mesdames et messieurs, bonjour et bienvenue dans ce nouveau numéro de Background Sunshine. Avant de commencer, il est important, n'est-ce pas, de rendre hommage à toutes ces personnes qui ont perdu la vie du côté du stade d'Olembe et aussi du côté du club Leaves à Yaoundé. Nous allons souhaiter à leur famille d'être vraiment fortes parce que ce n'est pas facile de perdre quelqu'un, surtout en cette période de célébration du football national. Aujourd'hui, je suis avec un artiste qui nous vient d'un autre pays. Il est d'origine camerounaise, il évolue en Écosse, il a son rythme musical à lui, il a ses passions. Aujourd'hui, il va nous expliquer comment est-ce que le showbiz se développe du côté de l'Écosse en Grande-Bretagne. Il s'appelle Furvah. On se retrouve dans quelques instants. Un Camerounais en Écosse, il a brillé, il est revenu au pays, il va nous parler du showbiz écossais. Comment est-ce que ça se passe? Bonjour Furvah.
Oh my guy.
Ouais, ça va?
Yeah, man. I'm here, Shiva.
Ça va le Cameroun? Tu as goûté le nollet, tu as goûté le coffee?
Everything, man, everything. So when I come to Cameroon, man, the first thing I have, man, is ndole, sweet plantains. That's the first thing, man. You know?
C'est bon?
Yeah, man, I love it. That's my favorite meal, man.
Ok, d'accord. Ici au Cameroun, quand tu aimes, on te demande, est-ce que tu as yamour? Tu as yamour?
C'est yamou mal. mal.
Ça, j'adore. Alors, Furvah, c'est quoi? Pourquoi avoir choisi ce blaze?
So my name Furvah actually came from when I made my first song. I was like, you know what? I want a name that's gonna define who I am. So it's like not just a random name, just a name that's like, okay, it's gonna be something that ends with va. I remember it being like, I want it to end with va. Va, something va. And I was like, why don't I just do something like Furvah? Like always going forward, not so, you know? Yeah. It's like, that's how it came about, and I just wanted that va. Before it was Lova. This is a secret, but yeah, it was Lova. But it sounded like lover, so I was like, nah, man, I don't want to have lover like that.
Du coup, tu as opté pour Furvah.
Furvah, that's it, man.
Et c'est calé?
Yeah, Furvah.
Donc, tu es Camerounais de père et de mère?
Yeah, Cameroonian. For those that know the tribes, it's like, I'm Bassa, my mom's Bassa, my dad's Bassa.
Ok. So. Un Bassa?
Yeah, Bassa. I know Bassa a little bit.
Alors, c'est très bien. Donc, tu es allé en Écosse, tu es avec quel âge?
I went to Scotland when I was 17 or so. 17. So I was born in France, and then I left France when I was about eight-ish. And I lived in London, and I basically grew up in London, and then moved to Scotland because it was a bit crazy while I was in London. It was a bit like, I don't want to get into too much details, but I was a bit of a bad boy basically, you know, in London. And then I went to Scotland to study, and then I just love the city where I'm at, you know.
Et justement, tu as vécu dans cet environnement-là entre l'Europe, donc la France, ensuite Londres, ensuite enfin l'Écosse.
Yeah.
Est-ce que tu as vraiment, tu as connu le Cameroun dans tout ça? Est-ce que tu as vraiment...
Yeah, so I actually spent 1 year in Cameroon in 2011. So this was the gap between London and Scotland.
Oui.
So I was in London. So when I was in London, I was telling you, I was going through a lot of like street stuff, you know. And my mom, she's a tough woman, you know. So she's seen that. She was like, listen, what you're doing here, blah blah blah. I know what you're doing. You're coming back home late. You think I don't know what's going on in the streets and stuff. So she's seen it, and she was like, you know what? You're gonna go to Cameroon for 1 year. And I went to Cameroon, and it was beautiful because I seen the struggle. And I also seen how people can enjoy life. If you've got a bit of money, you can enjoy life. So.
Mais c'est pas pareil en Europe. Les gens n'aiment pas la vie comme en Europe.
See, back in the UK and stuff, in Europe in general and stuff, it's like, yeah, you can enjoy life, but the difference is over there. I don't know how to explain it. Like here, for example, people don't have a lot of money, but they enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? People are in the bar drinking their Guinness, having fun, you know what I'm saying? But it's like in Europe and the UK, for example, like the weather, just the weather alone, you'll be stuck in the house, you know what I mean? You won't want to go out, it won't motivate you to go out, but here, it's sunny, you have to go
Ici,
out.
c'est plus free alors.
It's just, you know what I mean?
Donc,
So it's like, but you've always got to look at it. Me, I'm a very positive person, so it's like, always look at the positive in things, you know? So.
Et s'il faut choisir entre s'installer à Londres et rester au Cameroun, c'est vrai que la plupart du temps, quand on pose cette question aux personnes qui vivent à l'étranger, ils vont dire « Oh,
Oh, you know what? At one point, I'm gonna move to Cameroon. Yeah, but yeah, so it's like I know it's gonna happen. So bit by bit, so back and forth. You know what I mean? Cameroon and the UK and stuff like that. But I know at some point, but like not it might not be anytime soon. But because I've got family here, so I have to be here. You know, so.
D'accord.
Everywhere's home for me.
Ok. Yeah. Et justement, quand tu as grandi dans cet environnement-là, ici chez nous au Cameroun, pour que je t'explique un peu, pour concevoir une chanson, on a un beatmaker, on a des réalisateurs, on a le chanteur qui généralement pose la voix. Ensuite, le beatmaker trouve l'instrumental qui va avec. Quand la prod elle est bonne, on appelle un réalisateur qui fait la vidéo. Bref, c'est un peu comme ça que notre showbiz se passe ici. Même si notre showbiz n'est pas très grand comme celui de l'Europe. Donc j'aimerais savoir comment ça se passe chez vous, si c'est la même chose.
To be honest, it's pretty much the same. The production, the creation-wise is the same, yeah? But the only difference with Cameroon and Africa, I would say, let's talk about Cameroon. I would say Cameroon, the only difference with Cameroon is like the way music is consumed here. You know, because like the distribution-wise is the same, the creation is the same. You sing the song the same. You know what I mean? You're in the studio the same way. Well, not same producers, but you use like you work for a producer, you make the song, blah blah blah, etc. Exactly. But when it comes to consuming the music, you know, in the UK, America, and like Europe and stuff like that, it's consumed by like streams and you know stuff like that. So artists have revenue from like streams and things online, you know, but here in Cameroon there's a lot of like piracy and like people just, but it's understandable because people here don't have money like that, do you know what I mean? So it's like the only way people can listen to me, a lot of the way that a lot of people like to listen to music is like getting it free, getting it for a USB stick, do you know what I mean, or memory card and stuff like that. But like back there, it's Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, you know what I mean? So
c'est légalisé, c'est payant.
Yeah, exactly.
Contrairement au Cameroun.
Yeah, exactly.
Donc c'est pour dire ainsi qu'un artiste aurait plus de chances de se développer en Europe que de se développer au Cameroun, c'est ça?
No, I don't agree. You can be successful anywhere. You can be in the toughest situation. You can succeed if you have the mindset. It's all about what's in the mind, you know. Program your mind for success. I think that's what doesn't, you know, because I think this will be for another interview, but I've went through a lot, you know, so it's like from being homeless to so many things, you know, but here I am today, you know. So it's like everybody, no matter what situation you're in, if you have that mindset, you'll go far, you know, like that, program your mind, don't let your mind be programmed, you know.
Et là-bas en Écosse, il y a des artistes camerounais que tu suis particulièrement?
No, there's like African artists.
Dernièrement, tu m'as parlé de Stanley, non?
Yeah, I know Stanley. No, I've heard his music. Yeah. I can't remember.
C'est le seul que tu connais?
Everybody knows Petit P. If you're from Cameroon, Petit P.
Le grand Habarabi.
Yeah. What's his name?
Bendika.
Sami Diko, Bendika.
Sami Diko.
Yeah, Bendika. The young one, I don't know about like the younger.
Tu connais pas la nouvelle génération?
No, not that much, but I like the classic.
Okay.
Because you know, my mom, like growing up, she always played the classic Cameroon stuff. You know what I mean? And when you're at parties, weddings and stuff like that, there's always like classic music being played.
Et actuellement, tu es en train de bosser sur un nouvel album, un mini-album, un
Yeah,
EP.
so I'm working on my EP right now. So it's almost.
Combien de titres?
So 5 tracks. I don't want to make it too much. It's going to be just like 5 banging tracks, you know. So 5 tracks on the outro, and hopefully April time, like this year, April time I'll get it released. I've had like throughout the years I've had enough singles to make an album, but I want to build my catalog right. You've got to build your catalog right, you know, when you make a project together. So, but this project I wanted to make it like an actual project. I didn't want to get old songs into this new project. I wanted to make it a new, fresh project, you know, so around April time, hopefully.
Donc en avril, on aura l'album disponible sur Spotify.
Yeah, the EP.
Ce sera disponible sur toutes les plateformes de téléchargement.
All platforms.
Ok, d'accord. Bon, maintenant, quelle est la plus grande frustration que tu as eue dans le domaine de la musique? Évoluant en Europe, bien sûr.
Yeah, the hardest thing, I think that's for a lot of artists, is when you're putting 100% in a project, music video, the song, marketing, everything, and then the results aren't what you think. It's like, it's not a big result. You're like, what? you put all this in and you get like 50 views, 100 views, you know what I mean? But you always, what I always say is, and I'm glad God's blessed me that way, to always think positive. So it's like, even if you have 50 views or 100 views, whatever, just remember, like, listen, 50 people or 20 people listen to my song. That's crazy, you know? Well, just always look at the positive and you'll move forward that way. But yeah, the most difficult thing, I think, is having faith, I think. You're pushing, and you see nothing. Pushing, nothing. That's the hardest thing, you know? Because we don't know the future, but you just have to have faith. C'est frustrant souvent, des fois. Yeah. You have to have faith and just tell yourself, listen, I just have to do this. Me, what motivates me is because I know I'm working for a lot of people, you know? I have my family, everything, like my foundation and stuff like that, which we could talk about later on.
D'accord. Like, justement, on va revenir sur ta fondation dans quelques instants après la transition. Avant d'aller en transition, j'aimerais te demander, ici au Cameroun, chez nous, chez toi bien sûr, chaque artiste a une équipe qui l'entoure. Là en Écosse, tu te bats tout seul ou alors tu as une équipe aussi?
I've got my team, man. I've got my team.
Ils sont combien?
To be honest, I'm a family guy, so everybody's family for me. But yeah, I've got my guys, man.
Donc tu bosses en indépendant?
So I'm an independent artist. I've got my own record label, which is RUSM, and also God is Great Entertainment. So, but yeah, independent artist, because that's another subject, because it's like some people would rather work with major labels, big record labels, but there's a lot of politics into big record labels. When you're independent, you're your own boss. You know, you have to do everything.
Tu as plus de liberté.
Yeah. So you can decide when you want to make a project. You can decide, but the sacrifice of that is things have to come out of your own pocket. You know what I'm saying? It has to come out of your own pocket, and you have to be boss mentality. You know?
Mais je pense plutôt que c'est là que le résultat devient souvent un peu plus frustrant. Parce que quand tu dépenses un argent que tu as durement gagné.
Man, when it's your money, when it's your money and you're spending that money, man, and you're like, damn, yeah, for sure. But you just have to think of the result, you know? Just think of the result. And when you're passionate about your work, you want to do it, you know?
Okay. Furvah, on va prendre une petite transition et on va se revenir dans quelques instants. Mesdames et messieurs, on se retrouve tout de suite après cette transition. De retour sur ce plateau, je reçois aujourd'hui l'artiste Furvah. Il nous vient tout droit d'Écosse. Il a décidé de faire atterrir son avion dans son pays natal, le Cameroun. Aujourd'hui, il va répondre à toutes nos questions. Nous avons parlé de sa carrière, de la façon dont ils font pour produire les musiques là-bas. De l'autre côté, il nous a dit beaucoup de choses. Restez connectés sur UN.MEDIA. On se retrouve toujours avec lui. Alors Furvah, tu nous parles avec ta fondation, Furvah Foundation.
Yeah.
C'est une fondation qui vient en aide aux nécessiteux, aux enfants malheureux. Où t'es venue cette passion pour les enfants nécessiteux?
To be honest, man, I think God's blessed me that way, man, to always help people, you know?
Ouais.
I've always had this thing where I just want to help people, just bring a smile to people's faces and stuff like that. So usually every Christmas I go and give back, you know, like, and help like homeless shelters and stuff like that. But one year I was in Cameroon for Christmas, and I spoke to my dad and I was like, I just want to give Christmas during Christmas time. And he was like, well, we've got an orphanage next to the house. So I went there for Christmas and I bought food, I bought toys and stuff like that, and they were just so happy. So just before coming to Cameroon now, I was speaking to my mum at the time, and she just had the idea. She was like, why don't you start your own foundation, like your own charity? I was like, yeah, man. I was like, but blah, blah, I just don't want it to be. She was like, you might as well just do your own charity, because every time you're doing things separately, blah, 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 with this orphanage, this. And I was like, you know what, let's just do it. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful, man, honestly.
Et justement, toi, ta particularité avec les orphelinats, c'est que quand tu arrives, tu joues avec les enfants, tu aimes passer du temps avec eux. Dernièrement, tu m'as dit que tu vas aller dans un orphelinat pendant 3 semaines, déjà pendant 3 fois par semaine. Je me suis dit, mais comment quelqu'un va dans un orphelinat 3 fois par semaine? Parce que les œuvres caritatives dans les orphelinats, c'est ils arrivent, ils posent les jouets et puis ils s'en vont. Ils discutent un peu avec les enfants et puis ils s'en vont. Mais toi, par contre, quand tu arrives, tu joues avec les enfants, tu passes du temps avec eux, tu passes 3-4 heures de temps avec eux. Qu'est-ce qui crée ça en toi, en fait?
So it's like, something I realized is like, some charities, charities and stuff, when they come and visit an orphanage, I realized that they come in and they just give the toys, the food, and they drop it and they go.
Oui.
Me, I wanted mine to be something different. Like, I go over there, I do that, but at the same time, I spend time with them, you know? I play with them. So what I do, I usually bring like toys, like Twister and things like that, just toys that will get them, you know, hyped and bring them energy and stuff, because a lot of them are going through a lot mentally. So it's always important to just give them life, you know, and man, it's so funny because I have so much fun doing it. Sometimes I take, like the games we play, I take it seriously. Like yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah, when we went to one of the orphanages, we were playing a game, musical chairs. Man, I took that game seriously. I was like, listen, I'm not losing.
C'est vrai que c'est un jeu qui est très
musical chairs, musical chairs, man. One of the chairs, I think 2 chairs broke actually during the game, man. Seriously, it was crazy, but...
Les chaises de l'orphelinat?
Yeah. So we have to get them 2 new chairs, man.
D'accord.
Yeah.
Et c'est justement, tu dis que c'est ça qui te permet de te sentir bien, faire ce genre de choses.
When I help, I get, you know, whatever you give, it comes back to you, you know? So what you give is what you get. But I don't give to get, do you know what I mean? It's just a gift, I think, man. Like, it's just always been in me to help people, just being like that, and I love it, man. Yeah.
D'accord. Et tu fais ça aussi en Écosse ou alors c'est juste au Cameroun?
So yeah, in Scotland, same thing, but it's not. They don't really have orphanages like that. When it's Scotland, it's usually like homeless shelters I go to, and like beggars on the street and stuff like that. If you're in my city, the D, aka Dundee, if you go there, honestly, all the beggars, they know me. If you tell them, do you know the black guy with the jewelry and the do you know him? They'll tell you, they'll be like, yeah, I know him, he gives me food all the time. So all of them, they know me, you know, so it's like whoever needs help, you know, when I can, I give, always, man, always.
Il faut rappeler que toi-même, tu n'as pas beaucoup.
Yeah.
Toi, tu n'as pas beaucoup, mais...
So it's like, right now, I'm in the press, you know, I'm an upcoming artist, you know, but it's like I said to you, I always look at the positive, you know, compared to some people, what I do have is a lot, you know, and some people could be in my position and be like, I've not got nothing, you know, but I'm grateful for everything I have, you know.
D'accord. Et maintenant, quels sont tes projets par rapport d'abord à la fondation, ensuite par rapport à l'artiste?
Yeah. So the foundation, what I want to do is just continue, how do I put it? Just continue, like, so right now we're based in Douala. So what I want to do is just like try and touch.
Tu t'étends sur toutes les 10 régions du Cameroun?
Yeah, I want to try it. The bigger we get, the more we'll be able to do, you know? So right now we're based in Douala, and what I want to do is like try and touch as many orphanages in
Et à Douala, tu as visité combien d'orphelinats depuis que tu es là?
So far, 2, but what I'm doing is I'm actually spending time with them, you know? Like I want to spend time with them, like I don't want it to be like in and out. So I'm going there, spending time with them. The next activity that we've got is actually a football match. And that's going to be crazy. I can't play football like that. I used to be good, but...
C'est pour quand? C'est pour quand le match de football avec les enfants?
It's this weekend. It's a couple of days. So I have time to practice. Every night I'm just going to try and do some step overs to practice, you know. So.
Donc tu n'as jamais joué le football?
Oh man, I used to be good, seriously, but I had an injury and I can't play.
Tu supportes les Lions, hein?
Of course, man, come on.
Voilà. Même au mondial, j'espère que tu supportes les Lions.
Of course, man, come on.
Parce qu'il ne faut pas qu'au mondial, là, tu supportes l'Angleterre.
Non, Cameroon, Cameroon is my country, man, come on.
Donc en gros, samedi, tu as prévu de faire un match de football avec les enfants.
Yeah.
Ils t'attendent, ils sont impatients.
Yeah. So it's going to be really good, man. I can't wait, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. Donc après avoir fini de conquérir Douala, tu comptes t'étendre sur tout l'étendue du territoire national.
Yeah, I want to try as many. With God's help, we'll be touching so many, and just the vision right now, I'm like, I can picture it, you know, I can see it and how far it can go, you know, because one thing I like about Cameroon is everybody's motivated, you know. Yeah. If there's money, people are motivated, you know. So it's like, yeah. So it's like, and something like that, I know that when you're working on a charity or something to help people, when you believe in God and you have faith, you know, it always works, you know. So. Yeah.
D'accord. Et maintenant tes projets en tant qu'artiste.
So,
artist, à part l'album qui est prévu pour avril.
Music-wise, yeah. So
le pays va s'appeler comment? Ah.
I can't tell you, man. I can't tell you. Not yet.
C'est pas encore.
But yeah, it's gonna be announced soon. It'll be announced soon.
Espérons au moins qu'au Cameroun, c'est UN.MEDIA qui aura l'exclusivité sur
yeah, of course,
cette EP.
of course.
D'accord.
So, but yeah, so music-wise, yeah, just working on the EP. So I had a surgery not long ago, so I've not been able to perform. And before the surgery, COVID was very crazy. So, so obviously going to be going along with the shows and stuff. Yeah, my last show was in Ireland, it was a good show as well, man. But yeah, right after that, it was the day after the show in Ireland that they started closing the airports and stuff, you know. So, but yeah, I'll be back on stage, man, real soon, man, and I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Yeah.
Alors Yann, nous sommes arrivés à presque au terme de cette émission, mais avant de donner, parce qu'on a un petit rituel ici, lorsque l'émission se termine, tu regardes ta caméra qui est juste là, et tu donnes un ultime conseil à la jeunesse, ce qui permettra aux jeunes dans les années à venir, lorsqu'ils reviendront sur les archives de UN.MEDIA, ils diront, bon, Furvah est passé à UN.MEDIA, il nous a donné un conseil et nous allons l'appliquer pour pouvoir mieux gérer notre jeunesse. Donc, avant de donner ce conseil-là, y a-t-il des personnes que tu aimerais saluer, dédicacer en Écosse, au Cameroun?
Man, there's too many names, man, right now. Just everyone. I love you guys. I love everybody, man. I love everyone, man. Just all my fans, all my supporters, just everyone. Yeah, everyone.
Alors, tu vas regarder ta caméra qui est juste là.
Yeah.
Tu vas donner un ultime conseil à la jeunesse.
So the
Conseil de Furvah.
So advice from me is, what I can say is stay in school, you know, try and stay in school as long as you can. And 3 things, hard work, determination, and faith. Those 3 things, if you've got these 3 things, you're going to succeed. You know, faith is very important. Believe in God, give your life to God. Like, that's it. That's my advice.
Ok, merci beaucoup Yann, merci beaucoup d'être passé. J'espère que nous allons nous retrouver lorsque tu feras encore un autre escale ici au Cameroun très prochainement.
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm here, my guy. You're my guy, man. I'm here, of course.
Merci à toi d'être passé.
You, appreciate it,
alors, chers téléspectateurs, il s'appelle Furvah, il est artiste camerouno-anglais, voilà si on peut le dire comme ça. Il évolue du côté de l'Écosse, en Grande-Bretagne. Nous avons été très ravis de le rencontrer, de connaître ses œuvres. Je vous invite à vous abonner à sa fondation Furvah Foundation pour continuer à faire plaisir aux nécessiteux et à leur donner le sourire. Moi, je vous retrouve dans quelques jours sur UN.MEDIA. Restez scotchés sur nos programmes. Au revoir.